Hello, this is wmpyr. I was asked about using the knife and basically what kind of grip do I use and do I use it in the right hand or the left hand? Those kinds of questions. So first off, okay, I think the main idea for Filipino martial arts is we're actually not that specific, not as specific as you may think. And the reason for that is the idea, I think the main idea of Filipino martial arts comes from their main principle, which is flow. Flow really comes down to being able to adapt. So we want to be able to adapt to whatever circumstance that's going to arise. So if you have something very specific, like I like to use this grip, I fight this way, when you have it like that, then you're going to be adapting to less, because what you're doing is very specific and it's for a specific kind of situation. So we don't really think that way, even though as you get better and you have more skill, you are going to have specialties, all right? But it still doesn't change the main idea of Filipino martial arts, which is being able to adapt to whatever. Use whatever weapon and whatever circumstance. So please keep that in mind. So right hand or left hand, the answer honestly to me is both. That's why we train with double sticks. So in a crisis situation, you reach for your knife. Whatever hand you use, that's the hand that's going to have the knife. And if you train with both hands, you're going to be all right. So that's the idea there. If you have it in the right hand and your arm gets cut, then we can switch to the left hand, so really it is both hands. Is it going to be standard grip or is it going to be in the reverse grip? Honestly, once again, same idea, both. Okay, so that is the general idea for Filipino martial arts, from my understanding. Okay, this is my notes. So, all right, now, that being said, does that mean, okay, so they're easy going with it? Does that mean I could just do whatever? No, not really. There is method to the madness, okay? So let me try to explain the methodology there, all right? So right hand or left hand, like I said, it is both. However, we prefer your strong hand. Okay, so whatever hand that you're used to, we prefer that hand. So if you're right-handed, it's going to be your right hand. If you're left-handed, it's going to be your left hand. Why? Because the roots of Filipino martial arts historically is tied to Europe. And if you look at European fencing, I mean, you've seen fencing where, you have one hand's pretty much doing a lot of the work, So it's kind of the same idea there. So the weapon hand, chances are you only have one weapon. If you have two, great. But if you only have one weapon, that weapon is doing offense and defense. So you want the strong hand to have that. It just makes sense. So so I hope that makes sense. And then the next one is between standard and reverse, because our backbone is the sticks. We can, but 90% of the time, most of the time, we do not hold the sticks in the reverse grip. We hold the sticks, pretty much in the standard grip. So same with the knife, okay? It's just the easier translation. You hold the knife just like you hold the sticks, and it's like this, like you're holding a stick, okay? It's just a lot shorter. So between the two, I said we use both. We do both, but preferably standard grip, okay? And I think a lot of us use the standard grip. Now that being said, the standard grip and the reverse grip are mainstays in Filipino martial arts. Both are done, and both are done a lot. Okay, so those are two major grips. There's a lot more grips, like way more. And if you're not familiar with, I could probably just list off 20 off the top of my head, and there's probably more. Okay, in fact, I'm sure of it. So, just keep in mind. But those two are the main. Me personally, the wmpyr fighting method, I teach the 2, plus I teach 2 more, which is a total of 4 grips. When a student comes to me for knife, when we get to the knife level, you know, it doesn't matter if they're a beginner, I teach the 4 grips. So what are they? Standard, reverse, and then standard backwards, which I call the ripper grip, because you're ripping this way. And then reverse grip, reverse, which is the mantis. And the mantis, some people call the Pikal grip. This is, out of the 4, has become very, very popular in recent years in Filipino martial arts. Some people have found that it works very, very good for them, and they like it a lot. But I would still say, even though it's become popular among some of the experts and whatnot, I would still say the first 2, the standard and reverse, are still the main grips that we do. Okay, so those are your safe bet. And between the 2, standard is the one we prefer, just because, like I said, it goes straight. It's easier translation from the sticks. Now, the other thing I gotta address is the side. The weapon side goes to the front. That's the way we do it. However, when I look on YouTube of real knife fights and whatnot, I see everybody, a lot of times, the knife side is to the back, okay? And the knife side is to the back, and what I'm seeing is they don't want to use this. They take the knife out, they don't want to use it, so they're threatening with it, and it's way back here, and they're like, don't make me use this, I don't want to do it. Kind of, that's the body language, okay? And that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. For us, like I said, in Filipino martial arts, the weapon side is to the front because we're attacking and defending with the knife. And plus, if I bring this side, the non-weapon side, to the front, this is a target for us, defang the snake. So we're going to be attacking the crap out of that thing. So it only makes sense to not do that and have weapon side forward. But once again, we'll go back to the Filipino martial arts idea, the principle of flow. We do both. So we will, if you do Filipino martial arts, you should be able to fight from weapon side forward and also weapon side to the back. Why would you do weapon side to the back? The reasons are different, okay? The reason is not, I don't want to use this, don't come over here, I really don't want to use it. It's not that, right? The reason is because if I'm worried that the other guy is trying to capture my arm and disarm me, okay? If I'm worried, it looks like they're trying to do it, or they've been going for my arm, then I will bring it back because it makes it harder for them to get a hold of this arm. So whatever circumstance I'm in, if I notice they're trying to go for that, I'll bring it back here to make it harder for them to grab it. The other reason is if I want to get some power, you bring it back. This is just like boxing. You bring back your strong arm to the back. Okay, so that'll give it some more power. It's like you're setting it up. So this is now like your right cross if it's in your right hand. So even though that's not our conventional way of getting power, but still, once again, Filipino martial arts and Western boxing, very closely related. So definitely same idea there as boxing. Okay, so you might do that. The other thing, the other explanations, this time going for a standard versus reverse, is that a lot of people seem to think that standard grip is when you have it gives you more reach, right? And reverse grip, you have less reach. So in other words, the usage for standard grip is when you have more distance with your opponent, you're going to be in the standard grip. When you're closer to your opponent, you're going to be going reverse grip. And I agree with that, but I don't agree with the reach. That's not the reasoning. And now I'm moving away from Filipino martial arts, and this is my own personal findings, okay? So in my own personal findings, this reach, this much on a knife, or unless you got something really significant, really isn't the factor. So it's not about that, okay? What it is about that I've found personally is that when you're in close quarters, when you're fighting in close range, the standard grip is more of a danger to you, and reverse grip is not. So it makes more sense if you're going to be fighting close, or you anticipate fighting in close, then you go to reverse grip. And you might even switch. And people will say, well, you're not going to have those kinds of fine motor skills. Dude, I mean, that's up to you. It depends on the person. Some people can, some people can't. It depends on their skill level. It depends on their personality. It depends on the circumstance. But if you can, you may switch during the fight, okay? That, once again, that just depends. Don't count it out. You would be amazed at what kind of stuff that you could do under pressure, depending on the person, okay? But anyway, so, and from my own personal findings, okay, hold the knife in the standard grip. Now, if you get slammed against the wall, or you get slammed against the ground, or you slam into an opponent, which all of these three things can happen in a real life situation. And when that happens, and if you're holding the knife in the standard grip, imagine you're going to hit the ground or the wall or somebody else, and your arm, this happens to your arm, right? Okay, or this can happen to your arm. If you look at where the blade, the knife is pointing, and where the edge is, I mean, this is a danger to me. Okay, this is a danger. This is a danger to me. So what I want to do here in the reverse grip is, you can see it's safer because it's not pointing right back to my neck or my head area. Okay, so that's one of the ideas there. Is it's all about safety there. So whether it's the ground, the wall, or somebody else, I don't want the blade close to my neck, or this area really. And that's what happens to a lot of people. If you have done like police work or worked along police officers, this kind of job, if you've done that kind of job, then they'll tell you that you would be surprised at how many people stab themselves with their own knife. So that is a real thing, and it is something you definitely want to avoid. So that's the main reason. I'm not saying that reach is that it can't help. Of course, it can help. Of course, even if it's like that, that difference can make a difference without a doubt. But more importantly, more on the priority list is the safety to you. So that's what I found, and that's the main reason for going to reverse grip, is that in close range, it is safer to you. So anyway, I hope that sheds some light, or at least gives you guys some ideas. That's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.